Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another movie review. So we're continuing with the rewatch of the Paranormal Activity movie series, and this is the second one, which is aptly titled Paranormal Activity 2. This is the extended cut. This is the second movie, but in the movie universe, this is a sequel set 2 months before the events of the first movie, right? So this came out in 2010. So Paranormal Activity 2 seems to be the one that most people like a lot more, and I can see why. And I think the reason for me possibly liking it a lot is the fact that they've got a baby and they've got a dog. So having a German Shepherd, a female German Shepherd in the movie makes it all more family oriented and stuff, because you have the baby and the dog seems to be guarding the baby most of the time, and that's what you actually see over here. The dog seems to sense the presence of the demon, but doesn't want anything to happen to the baby. So this came out, like I mentioned, in 2010. It is directed by Todd Williams and written by Christopher B. Landon, Michael R. Perry, and Todd Pabst. It's a prequel to the 2007 movie. It's set, like I mentioned, 2 months before the events of the Paranormal Activity movie. So this features mainly Katie's sister, what's her name by the way? Christy, played by Sprague Graydon, and I have seen her in Sons of Anarchy, but I'm not sure where else I've seen her. I'm pretty sure I've seen her in something else as well. But yeah, I do remember that she was in the first season of Sons of Anarchy. And Daniel Ray, who plays her husband. Daniel also has a teenage daughter from a previous marriage. Christy is his second wife. So when they have a burglary that happens in August 2006, Daniel decides to that basically that they trash the house. They only the infants bedroom was left untouched. So they decide to set up a security camera set up all over the house, and the backyard as well, the swimming pool things. So they find that only a necklace has been stolen that Christy's sister Katie actually gave her. So Martine is I think she's Mexican in the movie. She's Mexican, and she is the housekeeper. So she does a lot of things to ward off evil spirits and stuff, and Daniel doesn't seem to think that it's actually working, but yeah. She tries to cleanse the house, and when Daniel sees her burning sage after telling her that he doesn't want her to do it, he fires her, but she still does it. So Christy says she believes the house is basically haunted, and Daniel, however, initially doesn't believe her. He just thinks it's thinks that odd things happen, and some people tend to make a big deal out of it. The daughter as well, they start investigating the mysterious happenings. The violence starts escalating. The German Shepherd Abby, who's been guarding the son Hunter at night, becomes aware of the presence, and the dog is attacked. Apparently they think it's a seizure, and it looks like it's a seizure as well. They take her to the vet's hospital, and Christy's alone with Hunter, and the demon assaults her, drags her down down the steps and all that stuff. There's a scene where a lot of the cutlery and the things in the kitchen, in the eating area of the kitchen, seems to be missing when when Christy comes into the kitchen, and then she comes back, everything drops from the ceiling. So overall, the daughter and the mother and the stepmother, Christy and the stepdaughter seem to think something's going on. The father just thinks it's either some pranksters or something like that. But later onwards, when they show footage of Christy's attack, Daniel is convinced. So they call Martine back, and she prepares a cross to exorcise the demon. They will say that Christy will have no memory of having been possessed. And they think that they can pass on the demon. So that's what they say. Like, if you pass on the demon to someone else, the demon will leave her alone. So Daniel tells Ali, the stepdaughter, his daughter, Christy's stepdaughter, that he's going to pass the demon on to Katie, so that Christy and Hunter will be saved. So throughout the movie, you do have visits from Katie, and I think once from Nika as well, visiting them, and when they pass on the photograph they burn the photograph basically, and the daughter says it's unfair to Katie, but Daniel says he doesn't see any other way to save his wife and son. So this basically happens, and then you see Katie actually telling about some incidents happening in their house and things like that. And then Daniel tries to use the cross on Christy. She attacks him. The house lights all go. Then he finds that Christy and Hunter have disappeared. He looks all over, and they find Christy in the basement. When he finally uses the cross and touches her, she collapses, and it looks like things are back to normal. And that's when he actually burns the photo, and that's the photo that they find in the attic in the first movie when Mika and Katie are looking in the attic. So 3 weeks later, Katie visits and explains that these strange things start happening. And the night after Mika is killed, Katie comes into the house, breaks into the house, kills Christy and Daniel, and takes Hunter with her. And it fades. Ali, who happened to be on a school trip, when she returns home, she finds the dead bodies 3 days later, and we end with the fact that both Hunter and Katie seem to be missing. So that's Paranormal Activity 2. So I go back and forth between these two movies as to which one I like better. So I think I'm going to stick with the fact that I think I like the first movie best. This one is a very, very close second. I'm going to give this one as well a 7.5. I can't really differentiate between these two movies. I kind of feel this is easily a continuation, that you could have watched these two. And they didn't mean it to be like that, even though it's shot 3 years later. But yes, Paranormal Activity 2, I give it a 7.5 as well. Memorable movie, especially like I said, the kid and the dog, which you can't see over here. The kid and the dog. The dog is aware of the demon, even though Daniel isn't. And yeah, so these kind of things have interested me, and that's why I really liked it. I do like the third one as well, and I'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, I think these are two movies that you can rewatch a couple of times. This is the one that I've watched more. So anyway, all right. So 7.5 out of 10, not bad for a horror movie that's mainly all found footage, or in this case, security camera footage. So anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you again pretty soon.